Hello. The people of Jackson, Mississippi don't have clean drinking water. Residents of this state capital are frequently under boil alerts and lack enough water pressure to flush their toilets. By the way, boiling your water doesn't remove any of the metals that may be in it, including the highly poisonous lead. For adults, continued exposure to that element can cause heart problems, infertility, and seizures. For children, continued exposure can cause neurological problems like speech and developmental delays. Such fate is common in Jackson. The city of 140,000 has endured the slow-motion catastrophe for decades. Infrastructure spending on its water system had been lacking since the 1940s, but fell off a cliff in the 1980s. Perhaps this was due to a 1976 U.S. Supreme Court decision mandating the desegregation of all Jackson schools, but we'll never know for sure. Regardless, as black migration to the city and white emigration from the city increased, public spending decreased. As it stands today, Jackson is 80% black, 25% below the federal poverty level, and 100% in need of substantial public investment yesterday. It's estimated that to replace the city's aged infrastructure would cost over $1 billion, a princely sum. Uncle Sam has no desire to shell out that kind of dough. Instead, in 2016, President Obama signed a massive military aid deal with the Israeli government, agreeing to send them $38 billion in weapons over the next 10 years. There must be a good reason for doing this, right? Surely, the American government wouldn't heavily arm a historically persecuted people for nothing in return. For sending over $260 billion in military aid since the end of World War II, the United States gets two things in return. First, a friendly base of operations in the Middle East. Think of Israel as an unsinkable, immovable, ever-expanding American aircraft carrier. From there, the imperial war machine can project its military might across the oil-rich region. Second, the second coming of Jesus Christ. Many American Christians believe in the Great Tribulation, a period of immense hardship culminating in the end of the world and Christ's return to earth. Some argue that for these events to transpire, America must continue to unequivocally support the Israeli government as it has done for the last 75 years. There's also biblical scripture to support this policy. In Numbers 24:9, God himself proclaims, quote, "May those who bless Israel be blessed, and those who curse Israel be cursed." Who wants to be cursed? Not me. So, those are the benefits for giving the Israeli government all the weapons that it wants. Are there any drawbacks? For starters, how about the animosity of the entire Muslim world? That's what tends to happen when you're the empire backing the local apartheid state as it commits war crimes against the imprisoned Sunni minority. For war crimes against the Gazans, you can pick your favorite. From just January of 2024, we have the collective punishment of civilians via an ongoing naval blockade, the deliberate targeting of civilian infrastructure, and the carrying out of indiscriminate attacks resulting in the deaths of at least 20,000 civilians. Each of these is a violation of the Geneva Conventions, the international standard of war, the gold standard. But Tommy, do you condemn Hamas? Yes, of course I do, 100%. That Islamic terrorist organization ruling over Gaza demonstrates a level of barbarism that, frankly, doesn't belong in this century. Their actions on Black Saturday easily rank among the evilest in human history. Be wary of anyone who says otherwise. This video isn't about Hamas, because my tax dollars didn't fund the events of October 7, 2023, but they're sure as heck funding the repugnant response. But let's put all the humanitarian aspects aside. The actions being committed by the Israeli Defense Forces against the Palestinians upsets a lot of people, especially other Muslims. They're mad not just at Israel, but at the United States. Why? The vast majority of the bombs being dropped on Gaza are given to the Israeli government by the American government. Not sold, given. For free. There are 2 billion Muslims worldwide, and some of them live in countries that have a lot of oil. That matters. Despite being the single largest oil producer in the world, the United States is a net oil importer. We're just that awesome. To keep being awesome, we need global energy prices to remain low. Do you want gas at $10 a gallon? Peeve the Persian Gulf states too much, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. Look, I'm not saying America shouldn't militarily guarantee Israel's security. Go for it. Everyone deserves to feel safe, especially the people of Israel. I'm just saying America shouldn't gift Israel billions of dollars of bombs a year to drop on children when America's own children are getting lead poisoning in the poorest state in the country. Israel's Human Development Index is 6% higher than Mississippi's, and we help them instead of our own. Why? Why do we do this? 2 reasons. 1, those hundreds of billions of dollars over the years have gone right into the pockets of the American military-industrial complex. Pure profit. 2, we don't really care, do we? So what if we're helping white people bomb innocent brown people instead of helping our own black people? Raytheon stock went up, so everybody wins. Stocks, am I right, guys? In all likelihood, nothing is going to change. Long after the Gaza Strip is flat as a pancake, your and my tax dollars will keep buying weapons for the Israeli government, and there's not a damn thing you nor I can do about it. All we can do is tell the world this is not the desire of the American people, but its government. Not happening because of popular will, but in spite of it. Thank you for watching. I wish you a pleasant rest of your day. Goodbye.